Так, друзья, давно у нас не было сюжеточки, я вот данж прошел, поэтому сейчас можно по чуть-чуть. Так, а ну, давайте так, чтобы по приколу вот отсюда задание. Да. Давайте посмотрим, из чего он слеплен, этот анемо. Типочек. Let's go! Наверное, дадут и на нем катнуть чуть-чуть. Вообще, я считаю, что Михоя бы прикольно бы, если бы они сделали, когда они дают и тестовые забеги там, и вообще там через сюжетку дают катнуть на персе, чтобы они были C6. С R5 легендарными ихними знаковыми пушками там и так далее. Это было бы, ну, типа, чтобы видно было весь потенциал. А также давали там соответствующий данж прикольный, чтобы, ну... Не просто там какой-то easy данж, для которого C6 слишком жестко. Что-то я чуть-чуть не понимаю, что вообще где-то в горах застрял. А, там телепорт был, черт возьми. Скрылось за задание.
Are you okay? Paimon never imagined your sister would have sided with the Abyss. Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going, right? She said we needed to reach the end of our journey. Paimon bets she's still at, and we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going. Then Paimon will be sure to keep up the good work. Although, where should we go next? If we want to continue with the journey... Oh, you mean the god that took your sister away in the first place? You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion, it all started with her. Yeah, Paimon bets she's the key to understanding this whole... Well, we've ruled out two gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, next... Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk into Inazuma. Xiangling, why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already! Atsuko in Lea Harbor! She's from it. Let's see what she has to say.
Atsuko, let's go! Так, ну да, друзья, после данжа. Кстати, вот скажу вам по секрету, что мне было сложнее данж пройти с океанидом в этот раз, чем в прошлый раз. Хотя я Сяо взял, там все дела, ну типа такое. Ну у меня C6 Сяо, там C6 Фишер, все дела, и типа не сильно просто мне было. То есть это попытки, пока не получилось там. Ну я сначала тупил, я, короче, когда поднимался на этих лифтах, ну, фазы получения урона, я не стрелял с Фишер сначала, а потом начал уже, типа, применять эту штуку, как-то урона начало все больше и больше хватать. Короче, let's go!
Oh, hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning. Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask, how do we get into...
Oh, so that's why you're here. Well...
Great! We came to the right part.
But the chance of success is incredibly small.
Incredibly small? Then how did you get out?
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead. After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and fresh water supplies soon ran out, and I remember getting to the... But, to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. That's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive...
What a horrible journey! And you set off knowing how dangerous it was?
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects everyone leaving or entering the nation to a protracted approval process, and...
Kanjo Commission?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. I suppose they're equivalent to the 8 trade. One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. All non-nationals are processed centrally on Rito upon arrival. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the Raiden Shogun's rule. Loyal, yet It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, what I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. Supposing you survived that, you would still need to get past the samurai guards that enforce. And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center.
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable to acquire the but if you really are set on going, there...
The raft idea sounds a little on the dangerous side.
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux Fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. They're well known in Liyue. Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide range of experiences.
But it's an armed fleet, right? Why would they agree to a request?
That part is up to you. If you're able to persuade their captain, Beidou, then the hardest part will be out of the way. The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux Fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyunstone Forest on a supply run.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find Captain Beidou.
Oh yeah! Captain Beidou, let's go. Блин, как меня прут эти видосы, там на одном HP Бэйдоу там валит босса. Короче, там, конечно, очень красиво. Так, стоп, это я завтыкал, у меня ж бабочек нету, совсем нету. -1. Вторую бы все равно не взял. Та-та-та-ра-ра. Та-та-та-ра-ра.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
I wouldn't be, shouldn't be, couldn't be. Ага. Значит так, да? Ну, думаю, отсюда можно залететь.
Let's play.
Да, и теперь после такого хардкорчика небольшого, ну, эта симфония была более хардкорная, чем вот эта легенда о Мече Ветра. Симфония, конечно, была более хардкорная. Но все равно, типа, стори такая расслабляющая темка после этих всех раскладов. Так, что там, с кем мне нужно говорить? Где Капитан Бейда? Ooh.
Who have we got here? Wait, I know you. You're that traveler, aren't you? The one who fought against the Patuian Osile, right? Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved Liyue, she said. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I remember thinking at the time that it'd be good to meet you in person. Judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing, I guess that time...
Hey! The name's not Floating Thing! It's Paimon!
Ha!
Paimon? What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of... Yes, the stars.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that gives our encounter meaning.
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line or two of poetry?
No, I can't argue with that. Okay then. Once the clash is underway, I'll give you a chance to perform.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily, especially seeing as our great hero here might be in attendance.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just to clarify, by great hero, do you mean...
I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never even heard of it? The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to showcase that there are two important rules. 1, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real martial arts ability. So, you've got nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. 2, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little one-sided. You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden dragons lurking around in Liyue. And with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads. I think we can expect a healthy turn.
But we didn't come here to take part in a...
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision, it belongs to them.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed that, as for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my intuition tells me that while it remains...
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of exceptional strength and talent. Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma, not fighting...
Inazuma? You...
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? No sweat. In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless Vision, or a ticket to Inazuma aboard the Alcor.
You just want him to take part in your tournament.
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be. I couldn't let a competitor like you fall through the net.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have to do this tournament if we want to get to Innis.
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the tournament arena in Guyun Stone Forest. Kazuha and I will be...
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the answer is revealed.
Близится гроза. Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. А, то есть это вообще тупо тут, да? Ну ладно. Let's go. Let's go. Так это шо? Подождите, стоп. А! А! Это что, мне теперь надо убить будет этих стражей руин? Да что ж такое? Да ну. Я хотел по двоим, но просто на этой локе не работает Splash Child, он их не может забрать по два почему-то. Почему-то он их сразу по два не может тут забрать и в этом месте, как бы. У нас еще один. Так, стоп. Как же можно такое пропустить? Я просто забил уже на фарм руды, серьезно. Типа, я раньше даже... Мне было уже не надо, но я типа... Считал долгом раз в 3 дня отфармить руду. Но я уже забил, потому что ну тупо впадло. Такая муторная хрень. Куда мы уже не пойдем. Стоп, это новая лока или что? Этого ж типа не было, да, или как? Или был?
Before we sign up, let's see who the other competitors are. Beto said that they had to be renowned fighters. Who will we be up against?
Hubi bam bim bom. Let's go.
Hello! Are you here to compete in the Crux Clash?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then allow just anyone to take part. The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is gonna get their butt handed to them. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that. So, Paimon's one.
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit. Oh yeah.
Also, that doesn't sound like the most official.
What? You... Nonsense! Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2 to 1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course, But the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them and hand them over to the mill.
Uh-huh. But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is all in a day's work. Mm-hmm. Alright, we're gonna keep looking around.
I'll see you in the arena, but I don't plan on losing to a pair of children anytime.
А, это боевые искусства, да? Чай и лян.
Hi there. Are you here for the Crux Clash too?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our masters.
This master of yours must be pretty incredible, huh?
famous. He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Liang and I are both you probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous. He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different styles to the Lingshan clan. He teaches a special technique known as force
Dispersal.
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you and neutralize attacks without. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist or change the direction of an incoming.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition fees and still have nothing.
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a grand master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Master is getting in. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Lingshan clan folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
See you in the arena.
Так что? Можно взять что-то? Я видел руку. Непонятно, там какая-то ящерка, скорее всего, пробегала.
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so, seems I found myself another new adversary.
So you're also here for the tournament?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could walk away as for me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the puzzle that is my life. No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life so far. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures. In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. I know I haven't reached a vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So they very kindly made special arrangements on my behalf. I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. It's such a blessing. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric styles of Kung Fu. As a high achiever by nature, I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my aura overwhelm you, though. You'll need your wits about you today. Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to see me in...
Позер!
To recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just
Вполне обычным дядькой. Average. Let's go.
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing.
Of course. Of course.
Chink's a village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are...
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god? Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph.
I trust you are aware that, only those without visions can enter the tournament? Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary.
Yep. He still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, could I ask you to provide a few... It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, put that down. And also, defeated the Fatui Harbinger child.
Whoa.
Might as well declare him the champion.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record. Right, your registration is complete. Now, a brief word. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the...
There's another prize, too? Oh, first
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous as
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then? Well, I'm sure a great hero has an important reason for being here. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you to your preparation.
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you can't so Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. You know, just to avoid... In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win, even without... All right, it's showtime! You got this!
You got this!
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete? Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
Так, а кем мне биться? Мне пофиг? Не, мне чисто.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now.
Ай.
You? You're the hero they're talking about?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with?
Так,
Well,
next.
now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
Next! Так, стоп, секундочку. Мне просто надо проверить тему. А, все, нормально. Нормально, он 90-го. Да. Да. Так, тут мастерства дофига. Крит урон 12, сила атака 5, крит урон 12. Ну вот это, наверное. Так, это да. Там тоже восстановление. Так, у меня, по-моему, свободное... нету, да, получается? А ну, шо це? Это я просто экспериментировал. Так, у меня есть свободная фишечка. А нема урона у меня вряд ли. А ну, подождите. Вот перо у меня должно было заваляться старое какое-то. По-моему. Да, у меня даже 2. крит урон, сила атаки. Ну, у меня просто крит шанс нужен, да. О, вот это. Мне побольше силы атаки, потому что все равно у меня шанса не будет. Шанса у меня не будет большого. Здесь, ну, типа, не, ну, физ урон было бы логично, да? Для турнира взять. Ну, мы не будем читерить. Та-та-та-та. Ну, возьмем какую-то дичь. Какую-то дичь возьмем. Вот такую, например. А у нас есть еще анема? У нас только такая дичь, которую мы перестали прокачивать, потому что это потеряло смысл. Let's go.
I knew I wouldn't regret introducing you as the favorite. So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that guy and did it with style, too.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect...
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I said, so come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to congratulate our up-and...
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these words of praise. You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you... You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liu was hero, and since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you. Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, for one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight some... So, I'm putting you straight through to the semifinal.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy...
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't persuade. Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the...
To be fair...
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there.
Contender.
We're finally here, folks. The real show is...
The captain seems to have high hopes for this. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a... You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard. Very well. Show me that you are ready to push through the storm that lies ahead.
All right, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has quickly... I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest...
Relax. My guy's at the top of his game. He ain't gonna lose.
Okay, follow me.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
Что-то он мало урона мне
I don't care
наносит.
about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for.
У меня еще меч хиляет. Прикольно. Прикольно.
I'm sweating all over. It's a good feeling. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train harder.
Right. For a moment there, Paimon, if you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the strongest around.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that but mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't depend. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the gods.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that master?
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself. Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So I'm pleased with today's outcome. I don't often have the
Wow! Now that's true.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be strong.
By the way, do you know who else made it into the final.
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have heard is that they're so don't get too cocky.
Cookie cocky. Ha.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the 3rd round. Shame.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way...
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent. Quick on his feet and swift. I faltered for but a brief moment. But given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over the place. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment.
Oh, all right then. Hope your buddy makes a swim.
Thanks, I'll do my...
We still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's...
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable.
Так.
I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind. But you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. That is a most invaluable skill. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet, and the pattern of your breathing. But it is nothing.
He's right. But in my case, I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round. Do you think they'll be strong?
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma...
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like someone who's used to waving a sword around.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, is there harm in acquiring a surplus? I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across the lands. I do possess some knowledge regarding your opponent's particulars. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring...
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require...
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, however, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I come with me. Some postman...
No time to lose.
Now Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element.
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say it would cause some unwanted misunderstanding. If I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the... When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent, like that of some mysterious being.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our...
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told him whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all...
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to me. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair... Now then, let's test...
Ай-я!
Brace yourself.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attack should pose no threat to you. Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the world is a truly mysterious place, it seems.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own? Why are you so
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant humans these visions. My apologies. You must be completely... For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding it. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably. Sometime in the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, not to mention, with no new electrovisions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem that we can infer something of the Raiden Shogun's feat.
She sounds less like an Archon and more like...
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, We will change. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go. I wish...
Let's go.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! We've reached the climax of the We've seen many exciting battles today, and now I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen him, he strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Так, секундочку.
Wow!
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match in the semifinals. But today's final round will surely take things up a notch.
Так, друзья, сори, тут я просто параллельно работаю. По чуть-чуть. Секундочку.
As for our other combatant... Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just... Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't...
Wait a moment. Something to... Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler.
Что? Забирать глаз Бога.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here...
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand... The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, if you insist. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
I can sense the winds are coming. Так, стоп.
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see shortly.
Так, секундочку, друзья. Так, друзья, продолжаем.
No time to lose.
И шо, дядя? Ага.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Ой-ой-ой, что-то я... друзья. Совсем. Спасибо, что телепортнули. Вот это топчик, реально.
The winds are
всё,
guiding us
давай.
forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too?
Да
What does
что
it
ж.
sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Well
Pressure
prepared.
hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught—
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Drat! If I only had a vision! Or, if I could activate this one, then you never—
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist.
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Fine! Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters.
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then you— After watching the semi-finals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to get— Drat. This should have gone differently. I know an empty threat when I hear one. Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's not—
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing. Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and it seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Кстати, я думал, что Бэйдоу как бы пират, а она оказывается типа, ну, нет, она же была всегда пиратом. А теперь она что? Во флоте служит?
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far.
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a—
Рискофор! Растопад!
Just a temporary setback.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for— It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it.
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in— When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. But unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes. I wanted to know— From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to— I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer.
The vision didn't...
I see. So you are... No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision...
Yeah, what's the story behind this?
The story begins with an old friend. He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day I may come to find, but as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the...
Kazuha!
It's... all right then. It's time we return. Allow me to gather the wind for us once...
Huh? Did Beta leave already?
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady... It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted... Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Har...
It's not unusual.
But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking...
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the... In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that... If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified. And our hero...
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare...
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present, but the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual temp... In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just...
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stones, suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across...
Paimon believes you'll find a way...
Thank you. May both our journeys prove... One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm...
Так, значит, все. Ого, медалька. Тан-тан-тан-тан-тан. Задание выполнено. И что там за медалечка? Ага, просто медаль. Ясно. Так что такие дела, друзья. Это было вступление. Все идет к тому, что будет скоро Иназума. И это очень круто, потому что это должна быть полноценная большая локация с электро-ГГшкой и все дела. Вот я как бы, например, все Battle Pass'ы сначала тратил на Deathmatch, как бы уже 5-й, и, соответственно, потихонечку у меня на ГГшку идет расклад. Вы видели уже R2. Типа дальше мы вот этот меч будем фармить. Может, электро ГГ будет в мете, кто знает. Так что let's go!